Ho Chi Minh was one of the most significant revolutionary leaders of the 20th century, known as the founding father of modern Vietnam and the guiding spirit of its long struggle for independence and reunification. Born Nguyễn Sinh Cung in 1890 in the village of Hoang Tru, Nghệ An Province, under French colonial rule, he grew up witnessing the injustices inflicted on the Vietnamese people. Educated in Confucian traditions, but also influenced by modern political thought, he soon developed a deep sense of nationalism and a desire to liberate his country from foreign domination. In his early 20s, he left Vietnam and embarked on an extraordinary journey that took him across continents, working as a cook, sailor, and teacher, while absorbing revolutionary ideas in France, the United States, and the Soviet Union. During his stay in France, he became politically active, joining socialist groups and helping to found the French Communist Party in 1920, believing that Marxism-Leninism could provide the ideological foundation for Vietnam's liberation. Under the pseudonym Ho Chi Minh, meaning "he who enlightens," he dedicated his life to revolution. During the 1920s and 1930s, Ho organized and educated Vietnamese revolutionaries abroad, spending time in the Soviet Union and China, where he learned the methods of political organization and guerrilla warfare. In 1941, after decades in exile, he secretly returned to Vietnam and founded the Viet Minh, or League for the Independence of Vietnam, a coalition dominated by communists but open to all patriots opposed to French and Japanese occupation. When Japan surrendered in 1945, Ho proclaimed the independence of Vietnam in Hanoi, creating the Democratic Republic of Vietnam and appealing to world powers by invoking the principles of the American and French Declarations of Independence. His vision, however, was challenged by the return of French colonial forces, leading to the First Indochina War, 1946 to 1954. Ho Chi Minh combined diplomacy and military resistance, maintaining contact with both the Soviet Union and China for support. The victory at Dien Bien Phu in 1954 forced France to negotiate, but the Geneva Accords divided the country at the 17th parallel, leaving Ho as president of North Vietnam, while South Vietnam, under Ngo Dinh Diem and supported by the United States, refused to hold reunification elections. Ho Chi Minh's role during the Vietnam War was both strategic and symbolic. Although his health was declining, he remained the moral leader and unifying figure for North Vietnam and the National Liberation Front, or Viet Cong, in the South. As president and later as a revered national figure, he shaped the ideological framework of the conflict, portraying it not only as a struggle between communism and capitalism, but as a continuation of Vietnam's centuries-long fight for independence. He often emphasized the importance of people's war, a strategy based on protracted guerrilla warfare, political indoctrination, and mass mobilization. He believed that time, patience, and the will of the people could overcome the technological superiority of the United States. Ho Chi Minh was a master of propaganda and diplomacy, maintaining international alliances with China and the Soviet Union, while presenting the North Vietnamese cause as a legitimate national liberation movement to the global community. Even as the American military presence in Vietnam intensified during the 1960s, Ho remained a symbol of unity, simplicity, and humility. He encouraged soldiers and civilians alike to persevere, often appearing in modest clothing, living frugally, and addressing the nation in personal moral terms, rather than purely ideological ones. Although real power in the late 1960s increasingly passed to figures like Les Duan and General Vo Nguyen Giap, Ho's influence as the Uncle Ho of the nation continued to inspire fighters and civilians. He maintained correspondence with revolutionary leaders, sent messages to Southern guerrillas, and was frequently consulted on major political and military decisions. Ho Chi Minh died on September 2, 1969, the anniversary of Vietnam's independence declaration, before seeing his dream of reunification realized. His death was deeply mourned throughout the country and the communist world. However, his legacy endured. His ideology, known as Ho Chi Minh thought, became the guiding principle of the Vietnamese Revolution. When North Vietnamese troops captured Saigon in 1975, unifying the country under communist rule, it was seen as the fulfillment of his lifelong mission. Today, Ho Chi Minh remains an enduring national icon. His name graces the former Saigon, now called Ho Chi Minh City, and his embalmed body lies in a monumental mausoleum in Hanoi. To the Vietnamese people, he symbolizes resilience, patriotism, and the triumph of determination over oppression. While in global history, he stands as a leader who successfully fused nationalism with communism to achieve one of the most significant revolutionary victories of the 20th century.